Of the runners in this International Festival for Business Top Novices Hurdle. Others of significance here include Art of Payroll for Paul Carberry and Desi Hughes, who took the opener yesterday. Baltimore Rock, the Imperial Cup winner for David Pipe and Tom Skew. Let's have a look at some of the others. Josses Hill 6-4 favourite now. Sergeant Reckless, AP McCoy, the big jockey positive angle there, taking over from Dominic Ellsworth on the Supreme Novices 4th, a 5-1 shot. Let's have a look at him. There is Josses Hill, 6-4, player or layer, Jim?
I wouldn't back him at this price. I mean, he does have the best form, but not by much. I think Vautour, who won the race, he competed at Cheltenham, Josses Hill. Whilst he ran well to be second, he wasn't far in front of the remainder.
Sergeant Reckless, people will like because he finished fast in the Supreme Novice. His jockey switch today. Do you like him, Graham?
I like the horse. I'm not sure I like him for this race. I think Josses Hill might extend the gap rather than seeing that gap narrow. I think Sergeant Reckless jumped sketchily, and he did his running late in the race when others had tried to have a crack at Vautour, including Josses Hill. I
wanted to look outside the Supreme form. Far side Art of Payroll there, the cross of Lorraine on Paul Carberry's Silks, but he's quite weak in the market now.
Yeah, it's surprising. The ground isn't as soft as when he last competed. That was in Ireland. He was a very snug winner of a handicap of 127. He won with a fair bit in hand, ridden with typical arrogance by Paul.
Money now for Sergeant Reckless, good money for AP McCoy's mount. AP, of course, will ride double 7 in tomorrow's Krabby's Grand National. Baltimore Rock, you saw with us on Channel 4, winning the Imperial Cup at Sandown, but he needs to improve a little more here. Just a little more, not too much. Amore Alato, pink and blue colours, will carve out the early gallop here in company with King of the Picts, Yellow Sleeves. And your commentator once again here at Aintree is Simon Holt.
Thank you, Nick. Good afternoon, everybody.
Keep them steady in front, please.
And in they come.
Steady. Okay.
And away they go, sent on their way for the opener on day 2 of the Grand National meeting. Amore Alato straight into the lead in the hands of Richard Johnson in the noseband. King of the Picts on the inside of the dark grey Irish Cavalier in maroon sleeves, worn by Jamie Moore. Gentleman John, the rank outsider, in 4th place, but he certainly wasn't the outsider on looks here. Really scopy type, followed by Josses Hill, the favourite, in the red and white jacket for the Nicky Henderson team that have won this race 3 times in the last 4 runnings as they jump the first flight. Further back is Art of Payroll, the black-jacketed Mishar to the outside. The Game Changer is up the inside. Josses Hill going off the 6-4 favourite. And Sergeant Reckless is held up second last, and last of all is Baltimore Rock. Beautiful jump from Amore Alato over the second flight as they make their way towards the last of the 3 in the home straight. Amore Alato, Irish Cavalier, King of the Picts, followed by Gentleman John and Josses Hill. Next is Mishar towards the outside of Art of Payroll. Then the Game Changer, Sergeant Reckless, and Baltimore Rock, the Imperial Cup winner, looking on from last place of the 10. The crowd giving them a big cheer. Much bigger crowd here this afternoon than on day 1, and an absolute sellout here tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't got a ticket, you can't come. It's completely sold out for the Krabby's Grand National tomorrow. Amore Alato from King of the Picts on the inside of Irish Cavalier. Josses Hill is 4th, the near side, the inside of Gentleman John, as they make their way towards the back straight. Behind these, Mishar, Art of Payroll, the Game Changer out the inside, and still at the back are Sergeant Reckless and Baltimore Rock, Messrs McCoy on the outside of Mr. Scudamore. Heading into the back straight and on towards the first of the 3 down the back. Amore Alato comes towards this alongside Irish Cavalier. King of the Picts travelling well in 3rd place in the yellow sleeves. Gentleman John is out wide. They're followed by Josses Hill and Mishar. In the maroon jacket, the Game Changer. Next door to Art of Payroll. Out wide, dark green, still second last, Sergeant Reckless. And in the light blue on the right there was Baltimore Rock as they cleared the next. Slight mistake from Gentleman John. And the pace looks quite brisk now as they continue on towards the last in the back straight. Amore Alato applying plenty of pressure here from the front from Irish Cavalier. Queuing up behind, King of the Picts with Josses Hill in that red and white jacket worn by Barry Geraghty. Gentleman John still there on the outside. They're followed by Mishar, who's 3 horses wide of Art of Payroll, the Game Changer, and still Sergeant Reckless and Baltimore Rock are at the back, but not far off the pace as they run down the side of the course, having completed a lap of the track. Well grouped together here as they approach the final turn with 3 hurdles left to jump, and Amore Alato is pressed again again by Irish Cavalier. Gentleman John on the outside running a big race at a big price. Josses Hill goes well in behind them. Then King of the Picts, Sergeant Reckless making ground under McCoy. Dark green jacket on the left, maroon cap as they run down towards 3 out. Amore Alato, Irish Cavalier and Gentleman John in the air together. Joined now by Josses Hill. Sergeant Reckless coming there very easily indeed on the near side. On the far side, King of the Picts, Baltimore Rock also improving. Josses Hill and Sergeant Reckless go on together. A mistake from Gentleman John as they race towards the final flight. Baltimore Rock is back in third, and then Mishar, Josses Hill and Sergeant Reckless, the second and fourth in the Supreme Novices Hurdle. Josses Hill lands about a length ahead of Sergeant Reckless with a furlong left to travel. Josses Hill on the far side, Barry Geraghty, Sergeant Reckless and AP McCoy now 2.5, 3 lengths down, and Josses Hill, the favourite, is too strong in the opener, and Josses Hill comes readily clear to win. From Sergeant Reckless, got a bit tired on the running. King of the Picts and Baltimore Rock. Then came Mishar Art of Payroll, Irish Cavalier, the game changer, Gentleman John, and the early leader Amore Alato paying a heavy price for making the running, finishing last. Josses Hill at 6-4 favourite. Follows in the hoofprints of stable companions General Miller, Darlan and My Tent All Yours last season in this race for the Nicky Henderson team.
Yeah, that's 4 of the last 5 for Nicky Henderson, and Josses Hill rewarding those who had faith in him. Sees a really good stride at the last there, and although Sergeant Reckless, who'd been ridden patiently by AP McCoy, came to challenge, the further they went, the more Josses Hill pulled ahead, and Mick, that was convincing.
Yes, it was convincing. You know, Barry was in no rush with him as well, because there was a couple of other horses playing their cards early in the straight, but Barry was confident on him, and you could see the way this horse jumped the last. He's got